everyone, welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting. Recently, I've gotten multiple requests for some videos actually showing off my collection a little bit more. I haven't done a lot of showing off what's behind me recently. I've been doing a lot of the look back videos and that kind of stuff. I've been doing some Let's Collect. I've been doing my reading stuff. Really haven't showed my collection very much other than what you see all the time. So I thought I would start and maybe try to do this a little more frequently. Today we're going to start with showing off my signed comics. It seemed like a manageable, excuse me, still fighting with my voice a little bit. Feel great. Voice is still not quite there. But I don't remember where I was at. But yeah, I got about 45 signed books. So I don't have a ton of signed books. I would say about, I thought was a reasonable number for a video. I would say about 2/3 of those I've gotten signed myself. The majority of what's left would be things that I've gotten gifted to me, and then just a few purchases I've made over the years. About 17, I think I got 17 slabs. The rest are just raw books I've had signed at cons and stuff. So the way I'm going to do this is we're going to go back and forth between raw and slab, and we're going to try, I may get off at some point, but try to just go, for the most part, alphabetically by the person that I had signed in the book. There's one major exception that I'm saving for the end. You'll understand when I get there why that one's the case. So let's just dig in and get started. One of the first people, when I first got back into collecting, one of the big series and books that I got into that drew me back in was the Thor run by Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron is a local for me. He's at Planet Con in Kansas City every year, which is my local con. So early on, I went and had him sign several of those Thor books. I haven't gotten a signature recently. There's some stuff I probably should, but we're going to start with a few of these. We got this Thor #1 sketch variant or design variant. I had him sign that one. I had him sign Thor number 700, or the Mighty Thor 700, I should say. Sorry, hopefully we'll see if my voice holds out for this. We also had him sign I think this was like the B cover of 705. And then the Art Germ, I had him sign the Art Germ. And this one I love so much. I actually had him sign it twice, and actually I had him sign it 3 times over like 2 years, because I ended up gifting a copy of these also to a friend. So I still have two signed copies of that book. I love that cover. It's one of my favorite Art Germ covers. I might have to. Art Germ's supposed to be there. If Aaron's going to be there, I might get another copy and get them both signed and get it CGC'd at this point, just because I love that cover. But we'll see. We'll see if we get that far. Next up, another person that I got very early on when I got back in collecting at Planet Con was Mark Bagley. I did have him. I was a big fan of Bendis and Bagley's Ultimate Spider-Man run, at least the first half of it. I kind of fell off, and I've actually never went back and read the whole thing. I've read most of it. But so I got this first Ultimate Venom signed by Bagley, and then the other book I got is my first slab book I'm going to show, which is Amazing Spider-Man number 361, first Full Carnage. I also got signed by Bagley. So that is the first of the slabs. I'm going to put that right there. All right, next. Next, this was the first of the AOK books that I got, and this is Catwoman #1 from the 90s, signed by Jim Balent. This was awesome AOK, and yeah, just a great book. Huge fan of this Jim Balent run. Just super happy to have gotten that. Oh my gosh, Deep House said that to me. God. I was blanking for a second. I apologize. Next, I got a bunch of books signed by Chase Scott Campbell. All of these I've basically bought off his website for the most part, off his exclusives. Batman number 50, which was, of course, the wedding issue, but he had a whole, this is a whole big connecting thing with villains and heroes and stuff, and I just got the center one with her and him. I got this Captain Marvel #1 from a while ago, signed by him. I got, of course, I was a big fan of his from Danger Girl when they did the Danger Girl's 20th anniversary or book. I got that. I got a copy of that signed by him. And then I also have this. I was a big fan of this run. I've actually gotten rid. I did not end up keeping this run. I got rid of all the rest of the issues. But the Gail Simone Domino run, I got his #1. I did end up keeping this particular one though, that he was signed. And then the last of my Campbells. So I guess maybe it's more than I thought, just because of the Campbells that I've all bought off his website. Was this Wonder Woman 750 that I got. So I got several of his covers over the years. Another one that I got was one of the first people I got to sign a book. And this was just, I had one book and I ended up just picking one up from his, he had some stuff laid out. So I went on and just grabbed it. And this is this Wolverine #1 reprint signed by Chris Claremont. And he was there, and I decided I want to have more than one book signed by him, so I just grabbed that. It's kind of an oddball in my collection in terms of issue, but the other book I had him sign was, the book was an AOK from Unruly Simeon. He had sent it to me because I'd ordered a copy that was damaged and had to send back, and he just sent it to me. So I had, because this is the book I wanted to get signed by Claremont, and yeah, and I did get it signed by him. So awesome. First Binary. Just a great book. Big fan of Carol and big fan of that book. All right, next. We're going to go here next. Yeah, this is the next one. This is the book. This is the only book, older book that I have signed. I did buy this signed. I was looking for a copy of this book and found it and signed for cheap. And I was like, you know what? I could go with the lesser grade. The signatures are on the inside. This is a CBCS slab, a 9.4 of Miss Marvel #20. The first time she wears the black costume. And it's signed by Dave Cockrum and Bob Wycheck. And so, yeah, they're both signed on the inside. So I haven't actually seen these signatures. But I don't know. It was just I was looking for a nice, cheap copy of this book. And to get one signed, I thought was a bonus. Next, we're going to keep moving here. Yeah, we go here first. We got, and you'll actually see some others signed by this person, but we left it with the other thing. But this Harley Quinn #29, signed by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. They were both at a con. They actually also did a sketch and a trade that I showed before that I had them sign. And then there's another book later, but I have it under a different person. Next, this is an AOK from Amanda Damers, and this is Darwin Cook signed. So this was sweet. This Darwin Cook Harley Quinn. Yeah, Darwin was a person that I would not have been obviously able to get a signature anymore. He passed away. I didn't have a signature from him, and my man Damers found this nice Darwin Cook cover and sent it to me. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, we're still on the slabs for a little bit. Next was a book I just got recently. This was my gift to myself. I had foot surgery back in the spring. It caused me to miss out on Planet Comic Con. One of the people I wanted to get signatures from at Planet Comic Con was Jeff DeCall. So I just bought a Jeff DeCall. This is my favorite DeCall cover, although I like a bunch of them. I love the Emma Frost cover. So I just broke down and purchased this one. Basically, I feel like a lot of these purchases are up at the front. So next, let's see. Yeah, we're still on the slab pile for a minute. This is a book. My favorite indie comic series is East of West by Jonathan Hickman. Jonathan Hickman has not been at a con I've been to, but I did get Nick Dragetta at C2E2 in Chicago to remark me with death and sign this book, my copy of #1. So still super psyched about that. That was awesome. He did not charge me for the remark. He just did it. So I really, really appreciated that. We'll go back to raw copies. This is one I actually got in a giveaway from the community. I won part of the prize, and there's another book that went with it that's later in here. And this is a Vampirella #1 signed by Adam Hughes. This came from RB3. If you remember, like RB3 from years and years ago. He was in the community right before I started. He was very popular and was around a lot. And his chat is where I met a lot of the people that I still hang out with. And he kind of drifted away not long after that. But he did a giveaway, and this was one of the prizes that I won. The other half of that prize is coming up a little later. Next book is, the other Adam Hughes book I got is a Catwoman number 48. This was the other person that was at PlanetCon this last year. Like, he was supposed to be at PlanetCon when COVID hit and it got canceled. And then he was back last year and I had foot surgery and I couldn't go. So I was like, screw it. I wanted to get a Catwoman book signed by him. So I just broke down and bought one that was super affordable because it was a 96 and it was 48, which is not one of the more popular ones, but I do really love this cover, and his signature on it is perfect. So yeah, just a great book to have. Next, this one I did get signed in person. This is Tom King. This is also one from early on when I got back into collecting. Not too long. The failed wedding hadn't happened yet when I got this one signed. So this was the cover B for 24, the proposal. So yeah, and he was super great. Like, I don't know if you've ever met Tom King, been to a con where Tom King's at, but he talked. He was awesome. He asked me about what I did and all kinds of stuff. Even though he had a line, it was quick conversation, but he made it a personal conversation in the couple of minutes that he gave me. So it was really cool. Yeah, we'll keep going here. Next, this was my first C2E2 trip. This was a C2E2 exclusive, I believe. Tyler Kirkham had at the con, and I was like, this was right during all the Red Goblin stuff, and I was like, and so I broke down and bought this. So yeah, 2018, Tyler Kirkham signed this one. I can see his signature up there in the top. So this was during all Red Goblin stuff. Nobody cares about any of that anymore, but what are you gonna do? Next, we got this copy. I don't know why I picked this one. I'll be honest. This is Spider-Gwen number 25. Right after she gets the Venom, becomes Gwenom for the first time in the book, and it's the lenticular cover. And I had like the regular one, and I didn't get it signed, but I took this and had Jason Latour sign this. This is on the inside. He did not sign the lenticular cover. He signed on the inside. But yeah, I don't know why I picked this book. I had a whole bunch of that run. I don't know why. In hindsight, I would never have picked the lenticular. I don't know why I didn't pick 24, even though I think at that time I just had a second print of 24. But I don't know why I didn't have him sign that. It was a weird choice on my part. Next, we got the other half of that giveaway from RB3, which is this Tim Sale, another artist that has passed away. I'm a huge fan. Long Halloween is one of my all-time favorite Batman stories. So this Tim Sale signature was the other book I won in that contest from RB3. All right, next. Yeah, we're gonna jump over here, and this is an amazing AOK from my buddy Bear Island Comics. He knew I missed George at a con, and I was trying to get a Titans book signed from him. And my buddy Bear Island ended up going to two different cons to get Marv Wolfman and then George Perez to sign this issue of the New Teen Titans, number 1, double signed by Marv and George about a year or so before George passed. Just an amazing, amazing gift, and still a personal favorite. Thank you, my man, Adam. Yeah, we're going to stay over here. I got this Sozumaka variant signed at C2E2 a few years ago, and you can see her signature. It doesn't really show very good. It shows better in person than it does on that screen, but it's right there in the gold. Yeah, I love this cover. I was a big fan of this part of the story where Harley and Selena were teaming up, and I love this cover. This is right after she started doing the covers and the little Polaroid one. And yeah, it was great to get that signed and slabbed. Next, we got two that are signed by this one. The first one is actually, I think, the most signatures I have on a book. Yeah, I think it's the only triple signed book I have. And this is another Harley Quinn book that Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti signed, but also the artist, Babs Tarr, for this cover, also signed this. So you see Amanda's down here, Kimmy up here, and then that's Babs Tarr's signature over there. So that's my only triple signed book. I got all 3 of those at Planet Comic Con. I did get Babs to sign another book, which I love this Batgirl 35 cover that she did. I believe this is a 1 in 25, but I'm not for sure. I think this is a 1 in 25 variant. But yeah, had her sign this one for me as well. And I'm a big fan of Babs' style. She hasn't done a lot of runs, but still really enjoy her work. This is the only writer or anybody that only time I've taken advantage of one of the CGC signings. He's never come close. These are 2 of my favorite runs of all time. I've talked about him a lot. He's a writer for both of them. Sorry. He's never come close. Losing my voice again from talking too much. So I took advantage of the CGC signing and had Tom Taylor sign my all-new Wolverine #1. Love that run. It and the Thor runs are what got me back into comics in 2017, 2018 when I first got back in. And then his run where he saved Nightwing from Rick Grayson and all the other crap they were doing to him. Nightwing 78, his first issue on Nightwing. I love that light blue signature on that thing. Perfect coloring choice. Just a great signature. Love that book. Next, we got... we're still over here. Alphabetical wise. This was another... So I saw this one. This is a book I've been wanting. It had been on my list. And then I saw this slap for less than the last couple of non-signed ones went for, and I jumped on it. And so this is one I also bought. But this is signed by Bruce Timm, Batgirl Adventures #1. Yeah, I saw a signed one for less than what they've been going for, and I could not let it pass. My only regret is the guy that was selling it was also selling the Supergirl issue, and also signed, and I didn't pull the trigger on it because I didn't have the money at the time, but I wish I'd have got the double, but I'm super happy with getting that one. All right, next we got a little Michael Turner. This is most recent signed book. An A-OK from my man Daymare is here just recently. We were on a stream talking about people we got signed stuff from, and I mentioned something about being a big fan of Turner, but somebody whose signature I would go back and get. I hadn't had a chance to buy one. And my man Daymare was like, oh, I got a couple of those, and I will send you one. Actually, I think he has more than a couple Michael Turner signed books, and he sent me one. So we got this Fathom #1 signed in silver up there by Michael Turner. Super cool. So yeah, Daymare just hooked me up with a couple of guys that are no longer with us. Michael Turner, that I'm a huge fan of, Darwin Cook. So super awesome. Thank you to big thank you to him. And then I think our last one before we get to the person I've saved for the end, because it's the person I have the most books signed from, is the one at the end. But a couple of Ashley Witter signed books. She's a cover artist. I got this Dr. Africa book signed by her. I'm a big fan of her style as well. I got this. She was selling this, and it just made me laugh. I hadn't seen this variant. This is a Justice League book. I forget some event. It might be like Dark Knight's Metal or something. I don't think it's Death Metal. I think it was Metal, maybe. I forget. But anyway, this one of Harley, like, I don't know. It made me laugh. So I bought this from her at the con and had her sign it. And then the other book, she was doing X-23 covers at the time. And yeah, she signed this one right above her signature on the book. So yeah, in silver, she signed this X-23 variant for me as well. And then last one, you guys know I'm a huge Jenny Frison fan. I'm a sucker. This video is at 20 minutes. Good grief. So we'll go through these quickly. I've had her sign a bunch of books. We'll do this, then we'll do the others, and then we'll do those all in order. I just did this. She had a couple of foil New York City Comic Con variants. This Catwoman variant for issue 79. NYCC. Yeah, I ordered that and ordered the signed copy. I needed it. I didn't really need it. I wanted it, so I got it. Then we got a few slabs for her. I had her at C2E2, I had her sign this Catwoman cover with Poison Ivy, Catwoman number 33. One of my favorite, one of her covers, period. Love this cover with Ivy and Selena. And yeah, just great, fantastic cover. I had her sign my Something Killing the Children #1. This was originally an A-OK from a man Unruly. The book was, but I had her sign it and slabbed it. So had to get that. Erica Slaughter #1. And then let's see, we'll put these in numerical. So all the so I've been trying to collect her entire Wonder Woman run. And I've had her sign several Wonder Woman books for me over the years. The first few I did not get them slabbed. But issue 10, some of my favorite of her Wonder Woman covers. Issue 10, she signed for me. Issue 23, which I love with the lasso. You can see it down there. I'm going to say this one, a couple of these earlier ones, she didn't pick a pen that stood out quite as much as she normally does. But issue 25 from that run where she was doing all the covers, just absolutely gorgeous. Then I do have a couple of slabbed ones. Issue 58, which is maybe still my favorite. I love that cover with the sun glinting off, the clouds behind her, the sun glinting off the bracelets, the glowing lasso. Love this cover. And then issue 72, another one. This is the one I have the print of that's over there that Lasso loves that you guys don't see very often. That I bought at C2E2, and yeah, had her sign this, and then also I bought the other New York City Comic Con variant of hers that I bought from this a month or so ago. This is Wonder Woman number 25, 26, 25, foil variant. Yeah, just. Look at all that Wonder Woman, Jenny Frison goodness. So that is all. Took me 23 minutes to get through it, but those are all my signed books. So a pretty good scattering. A lot of Frison, a lot of Campbell, a lot of Jason Aaron, but along with a bunch of other people and some of my favorites of all time that I've managed to snag along the way. So super happy with that. Let me do a quick shout out to my members. All these folks help me keep this channel going, help me cover my StreamYard costs month to month. I do giveaways for my members at the end of every month. So if you're interested. And with that, since we're over 23 minutes, I'm going to thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you next time. Later.